Hello everyone, I'm Professor Priyesha, teaching from last 30 years. I have taught many subjects of engineering, especially BEE more than 300 times. Today I will teach you a trick for identification of series and parallel resistances which you have not learned from any textbook. You will not find in any textbook at all. Let's begin our discussion. Identification of series and parallel resistances. Now, first we'll discuss mathematical formula for series resistances. Equivalent resistance is given by the formula R equivalent equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Parallel resistances has mathematical formula 1 by R equivalent equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. When you do this calculation, you should never forget to take reciprocal of the final value. Otherwise, error occurs. So be very careful about it. Now we'll come to the special cases of parallel resistances. When you have only two parallel resistances, R equivalent is given by the formula R equivalent equals to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. How can you remember it? Product upon addition. In the numerator, you have to multiply the resistances, and in denominator, you have to add the resistances. So remember, when there are only two parallel resistances, you have to consider the product upon addition of both. Then we come to the next special case where you have got identical value of resistances. When value of resistance are identical and only two parallel resistances are there, the simple formula is R equivalent equals to R by 2. Now we come to next special case. Suppose you are having n identical parallel resistances, then the formula is R equivalent equals to R by n. Right now you may find difficult to remember all these formulas, but you can always rewind the video and note it down in your notebook, and you can revise again and again. Remember again one thing, this is mathematical formulas. How to identify whether resistance are in series or not, whether resistance are in parallel or not, that is very confusing task. Because in theory, they always do lab, that R equivalent you can find by addition and all that thing, but basically it's very confusing. For series resistance, they say that same current should flow, they should be connected one after another. Okay, voltage is different, addition of voltage gives you total voltage, all those things are correct, but difficult to identify for the beginners. How do you identify parallel resistances? Theory says that common N terminal should be tied together. Current enters and splits and again combines. Voltage remains same. This is easy to remember and understand, but you can't apply practically in the problem. When you solve the problem, you cannot apply it practically. So how to make it very simple that even a child of 6-7 years can do it? That we are going to learn, that special trick you will not find in any textbook. This we will do with the help of example. Let us discuss a problem, and within the problem you will have clear picture. You have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B. This is the circuit diagram as you are able to observe. Can you observe there are 7 resistances labeled R1, R2 up to R7, and points A and B are on left and right top corner of the circuit. Now, when I have to find equivalent resistance between A and B, my problem is how do I identify which resistance are in series, which resistance are in parallel? Are they really in series or not? Are they really in parallel or not? How will we come to know? So what shall we do? Now look at this circuit very carefully and let us try to apply our knowledge before I give you the shortcut trick. Can you observe carefully R3 and R7? Okay, R3 and R7, if you can just look carefully, they are connected one after another in a single straight line. So what we think, they may be in series. But let me tell you, it is wrong concept. When they're in a single straight line, does not mean they are in series. If you observe R2 and R3, at first sight you may feel that they are in parallel. Let me tell you, it is not correct. They are not in parallel. So many times, theory knowledge we can't apply in the problem. So what is the shortcut trick? That now we will learn how to identify series resistances, how to identify parallel resistances. Just take a pause and first you think from your end, which resistances are in series. For example, can you say that R2 and R4 are in series? Can you say R1 and R6 are in series or not? Just take a pause and think over it. Let's continue again. Now I will give you the simplest method to identify series resistances and parallel resistances. Let's learn the solution. Step 1. You have to give name to the points. You have to give name to every end terminal of resistances, every corner and every junction of the given circuit. Now how to do it? Let us see. I repeat, you have to give name to all the corners, all the junctions and end terminal of resistances. Let's start thinking how to give name. If two points are directly connected, just give same name. If two points are directly connected, you have to give same name. Okay, they are just connected through a line. There is no element present between them. Give a look. Can you observe one more A has appeared now to the left of R2. Now why I have written A only there? Because both A are directly connected just through a line. If you observe carefully, except line there is nothing else. They are directly connected. Technically, they are equipotential points. If you notice, there is one more point A possible to the left of R3. Why? Because they are directly connected. It's a single line if you can just visualize. Between all the three A, there is nothing except a line. So I repeat again, if any two points are directly connected through a line or curve, we have to give same name. Technically, they are equipotential points. Technically, they are equipotential points. Give a look to the right hand side of the circuit. Can you observe B? Exactly below that, there is one more B I have just put now. Okay. Now, why both points are given same name B? Because they are directly connected just through a line. Now, point C has now appeared on the right hand side of R1. Now, why it is given a new name? Why C is given there? Because between A and C, there is a resistance. Between 2 points, if you have something, either a resistance or a source, you have to give a different name. I repeat, end terminal of a same resistance can have a different name. Okay, because there is a resistance present between them. अगर 2 पॉइंट के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस है तो फिर आपको अलग अलग नाम देना है, लेकिन अगर 2 पॉइंट के बीच में सिर्फ लाइन है तो आपको सेम नाम देना है, नया नाम नहीं दे सकते आप. ऑब्जर्व, वन मोर सी हैज अपीयर्ड नाउ. ओके, they are directly connected and one more C has now appeared if you observe carefully. All three C are directly connected through lines. Can you observe a point D has appeared now on the right hand side of R4. Now why I have given a new name D? Because R4 is present between C and D. R4 के दोनों तरफ हमने अलग अलग नाम दिए हैं. Okay, observe one more point D has appeared now because they are directly connected. So this is your step 1. आपको क्या करना है? सारे पॉइंट्स को नाम देना है, रेजिस्टेंस के दोनों साइड नाम देना है, सारी कॉर्नर्स को नाम देना है और सारे जंक्शंस को नाम देना है आपको. दिस इज योर स्टेप 1. नाउ वी डिस्कस नेक्स्ट स्टेप. हाउ डू यू आइडेंटिफाई सीरीज रेजिस्टेंसेस? लेट्स स्टार्ट. कैन यू ऑब्जर्व देयर आर 2 रेजिस्टेंसेस हियर एंड लेट अस गिव नेम टू द एंड टर्मिनल्स X, Y, Z. Now how do I know these resistances are in series or not? I am giving you the best possible trick, the easiest one. Can you observe the middle point Y has exactly 2 connections. There is no third connection to Y, and hence these 2 resistances are in series. But wait, there is a precaution. Remember, this middle point Y will disappear. So if you don't need point Y in future for further calculations, then only you can combine these 2 resistances. I repeat, middle point Y will vanish, and once it vanishes, it's gone. So point Y should not be required for further calculations. जो बीच वाला पॉइंट आपको दिख रहा है Y, वो गायब हो जाएगा. तो अगर हमें पॉइंट Y की जरूरत नहीं है आगे के स्टेप्स में, तो हम ये दोनों रेजिस्टेंसेस को कंबाइन कर सकते हैं. लेकिन अगर पॉइंट Y की जरूरत है तो फिर हम इसको कंबाइन नहीं कर सकते. ये दोनों रेजिस्टेंस को सीरीज में हम क्यों कह सकते हैं? क्योंकि जो बीच वाला पॉइंट है उसके एग्जैक्टली 2 कनेक्शन है. अब देखिए, Y के एग्जैक्टली 2 कनेक्शन है. ओके, अगर बीच वाले पॉइंट के 3 कनेक्शन होंगे तो वो सीरीज में हो ही नहीं सकते. और एक डायग्राम आप देखिए, लुक एट दिस डायग्राम. इफ यू ऑब्जर्व द नेम्स, can you observe 2 different points I have labeled as Y because they are directly connected through a line. They are directly connected through a line. Can you observe any point y has exactly two connections? Now see, when can I combine them in series? If I don't want point y in further calculations. Although the resistances are below one another, still they can be in series, as you can observe in this diagram. Let me show you next diagram having curve. If you just observe, both y are joined using curve. I repeat, when can you give same name to both the terminals? Answer, when they are joined through a line or a curve. अगर दो पॉइंट के बीच में सिर्फ लाइन या कर्व होगी तो ही आप उसको वो ही नाम दे सकते हैं, नया नाम देने की जरूरत नहीं है, या तो वो कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा. टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग, इक्विपोटेंशियल पॉइंट्स हैव सेम नेम. तो आपको क्या याद रखना है? When two resistances are in series, let us summarize now. Answer, consider those two resistances. Look at the midpoint. If the middle point has exactly two connections and we don't want that middle point in further calculations, we don't mind middle point disappearing, vanishing, then we can say those two are in series, add them and find equivalent resistance. Let's give a look to our problem here. Now give a very careful look to R3 and R7. Although they are in same line, but can you observe there is a point D, and middle point D has more than two connections. They cannot be in series. If you observe carefully R1 and R6, they are looked to be in same line, but their middle point C has more than two connections. They cannot be in series. Now, one special case. Can you look at point B carefully? Look at the resistances R6 and R7. R6 and R7, they have one common point. The middle point is B. So we start thinking that they are in series. But wait, if you add them as a series resistances, middle point B will disappear. Then how will you find resistance between A and B? अगर आपने गलती से R6 और R7 को सीरीज में ले लिया, क्योंकि दोनों के बीच में जो पॉइंट है B, उसके दो ही कनेक्शन है, तो क्या होगा? पॉइंट B गायब हो जाएगा. अगर पॉइंट B गायब हो गया तो फिर आप A और B के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस कैसे निकालेंगे? वो हो नहीं सकता. So right now in this diagram, R6 and R7 are not in series because we can't afford to miss point B. So the question arises, do I have any two resistances in series in this particular circuit? ये सर्किट में मेरे पास कोई भी दो रेजिस्टेंस सीरीज में है या नहीं, ढूंढते हैं. अगर आप ध्यान से देखेंगे तो सारे पॉइंट के पास दो से ज्यादा कनेक्शन है. C के पास दो से ज्यादा कनेक्शन है, तो C को कनेक्ट करके जो रेजिस्टेंस है वो सीरीज में हो ही नहीं सकते. Point D, if you observe, has more than two connections. So any two resistances connected to D cannot be in series. Point A and point B are most important to us. We can't afford to lose them. So resistances connected to A and B cannot be in series. In simple words, in this circuit, right now nothing in series. Don't take any tension. You will find series resistances in further steps of the same problem. Just wait and watch. Now we start in identifying parallel resistances. Let us think how to identify parallel resistances. Again repeat, theory knowledge available in textbook will not help you in identifying parallel resistances so easily. So what is the simple technique of identifying parallel resistances? The easiest technique is if two resistances have same pair of end terminal names, they are in series. Difficult? Let me re-explain to you. Suppose that there is one resistance between points P and Q. Other resistance is also between P and Q. Then they are in parallel. Remember, order is not important. A resistance between P and Q is same as resistance between Q and P. अगर आपके पास ऐसे कोई रेजिस्टेंस है जिनके एंड टर्मिनल के नाम सेम है, पेयर के नाम, जोड़ी, कपल, अगर कोई रेजिस्टेंस P और Q के बीच में है, दूसरा रेजिस्टेंस भी P और Q के बीच में है, तो फिर वो पैरेलल में है. सिंपल. लेट्स गिव अ लुक. कैन यू लुक एट R2 and R3? R2 is between A and C. R3 is between A and D. Did you recognize pair? AC and AD are different pairs. R2 and R3 are not in parallel. Give a look carefully to R6 and R7. Can you find name of pair of end terminals? R6 is between D and B. R7 is between D and B. R6 is between C and B. CB and DB are different pairs. They are not in parallel. So now let's identify parallel resistances. Give a careful look. R1 is between A and C. R2 is between A and C. So R1 and R2 are in parallel because both are between A and C, A and C. तो वो दोनों को हम पहले कंबाइन करते हैं. Let's find equivalent resistance between them. If you remember a shortcut formula for two parallel resistances, equivalent resistance is given by product upon addition. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2 will give you an equivalent resistance RAC as 3 ohms. Here we could have tried one more shortcut. Both R1 and R2 are having identical values. We could have used R by 2. 6 by 2 is 3 ohm. Perfect answer it is. Can you find other pair of parallel resistances? Just try. Can you check any two resistances having same pair of N terminals? क्या आप ढूंढ सकते हैं और कोई पेयर रेजिस्टेंस पैरेलल में है या नहीं? ऐसा कोई पेयर है जो N टर्मिनल्स का पेयर दोनों में मैचिंग होना चाहिए, सेम होना चाहिए? जस्ट गिव अ केयरफुल लुक, टेक अ पॉज, ध्यान से देखिए. CD के बीच में कौन से रेजिस्टेंसेस है? कैन यू सर्च बिटवीन C and D? It is R4 and R5. R4 and R5 both are between CD, hence they are in parallel. I again repeat, sequence is not important. CD or DC is one and the same. But because they have got same pair of n-terminal names, they are in parallel. So we can combine them in the same way as we just discussed. Okay? Either product upon addition, or we can also use another shortcut, identical resistances divided by 2. 6 upon 2 is 3. This is how you can find parallel resistances. Now comes the question, how do we find equivalent circuit? Now since circuit reduction has started, what we have started? Network reduction. Instead of 7 resistances, now our next circuit will drop down to 5 resistances. So the question arises, how shall I draw an equivalent circuit? For that, first thing you should keep in mind, which 2 points are most important to us? A and B, because our aim is to find resistance between A and B. So first draw them at longest possible distance. ध्यान से सुनिए, कौन से 2 पॉइंट सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे लिए? A और B. हमें A और B के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस फाइंड करना है, वो तो हमारा क्वेश्चन था. तो उसको सबसे दूर कर दीजिए, सबसे दूर करिए A और B को. Okay, so first we are going to mark points A and B. Can you observe A and B are at longest distance? Now, how many points are still left in our circuit? Give a look to the circuit. C and D. C and D are the 2 more points left. So, if I arrange in this way, the advantage I will have is I can join any 2 resistances between any 2 points. देखिए हमने ये अरेंजमेंट क्यों किया हुआ है कि हम लोग चारों पॉइंट को किसी भी तरह से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. कोई भी 2 पॉइंट के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस हम लोग कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो हमने इस तरह का एक अरेंजमेंट सोचा है. इसमें कोई कंपल्शन नहीं है कि C ऊपर होना चाहिए, D नीचे होना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आप किसी को भी ऊपर किसी को भी नीचे ले सकते हो. यू कैन कीप एनी पॉइंट एनीवेयर, इट इज इरिस्पेक्टिव. द मेन थिंग इज यू टू मेक रिकनेक्शन ऑफ द रेजिस्टेंसेस. सो हाउ डू वी रिकनेक्ट? डू यू रिमेंबर between A and B, R1 R2 already we had combined in last step. If you are finding it difficult, rewind the video, again give a look. If possible, copy the answer in your notebook also side by side. Okay, you can just pause the video and copy in your notebook also, so that you will remember all the steps. Anyway, let's continue. So if you recollect between A and B, R1 and R2 we had combined and their equivalent resistance was 3 ohms. Here we are just copying that. Give a look. So this resistance is between A and C, as you observe, 3 ohm, which is combination of R1 and R2. If you remember between C and D also, resistance we had combined in parallel, and here it is, as you are able to observe. Remaining resistances we have not touched, we have not done any modification, but you just copy same way between same relative points. Look at R3. R3 is between A and D. Just to pick up and keep between same A and D again. If you observe, R6 is between B and C. R7 is between B and D. They're just kept as they are. So this is my circuit, a reduction circuit of the given circuit. What we have done? Network reduction. Circuit reduction has occurred. From 7 resistances, we have now come to 5 resistances. Remember our aim, we have to find resistance between A and B. So now you have to look at this circuit carefully, the circuit on right hand side of your screen, and again repeat the same process. identify series resistances, identify parallel resistances. Let's think how to identify series resistances. Now, how to identify series resistances in this circuit? Give a look here. ध्यान से देखिए, अभी ये सर्किट में आपको कोई सीरीज रेजिस्टेंस दिख रहा है कि नहीं? What is the easiest method I told you? Look at all the middle points. Can you also middle point C has more than 2 connections? So any resistance connected to C cannot be in series. Can you look at the middle point D? It has more than 2 connections. So any resistances connected to D cannot be in series. Now here is a trick. Point A has only 2 connections. So hypothetically I can say they are in series. If I combine both resistances connected to A hypothetically, what will happen? Do you know? Point A itself will vanish. Then how will you achieve your goal? Your goal is to find resistance between A and B. ध्यान से सुनिए, ये ट्रिक है और बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स इधर ही गलती करते हैं. आप क्या देखते हो कि A के साथ सिर्फ 2 कनेक्शंस है, ए सिर्फ 2 रेजिस्टेंस से कनेक्टेड है, तो हम लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि चलो दोनों रेजिस्टेंस को ऐड कर देते हैं, सीरीज में होने चाहिए. लेकिन रुकिए, अगर आपने वो कर दिया गलती से तो बीच वाला पॉइंट ए ही गायब हो जाएगा. अगर वो गायब हो गया तो फिर आप ए और बी के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस कैसे निकालेंगे? जो आपका क्वेश्चन था, आपका ओरिजिनल क्वेश्चन क्या था? ए और बी के बीच में आपको रेजिस्टेंस निकालना है. अगर ए गायब हो गया तो आप प्रॉब्लम कैसे सॉल्व करोगे? इन शॉर्ट, ए कैन नॉट डिसअपियर, वी कांट अफोर्ड ए टू डिसअपियर, एंड हेंस no ways I can add resistances in series having middle point A. Exactly same discussion applies for B. If you observe, point B is connected to 2 different resistances. So it is not possible that those 2 you can add. In simple words, in given circuit, now the circuit which you observe here, you don't have any resistance in series. Now comes the question, can I identify parallel resistances? Can I identify parallel resistances here? What is the trick I gave you? Search 2 resistances having same pair of N terminals. आप ऐसे कोई भी 2 रेजिस्टेंस ढूंढ के निकालिए जिसके N टर्मिनल के पेयर के नेम्स सेम होने चाहिए. गिव अ लुक. देखिए, A और C के बीच में जो आपको 3 ओम नजर आ रहा है, दूसरा कोई रेजिस्टेंस है जो A और C के बीच में ही है? नहीं है. You don't find any other resistance between A and C. Look very carefully. There's a resistance between B and C. There's only one resistance. You don't have second resistance between B and C. In simple words, in this circuit, there are no 2 parallel resistances because you don't have any 2 resistances having same pair of N terminals. So nothing in series, nothing in parallel. So now what can I do? Now comes next concept. I hope by now all of you have understood slowly how to identify series resistances, how to identify parallel resistances. I hope the topic has been made simple. You will not find this method in any textbook at all. If you are still finding it difficult, please rewind the video and right from beginning, observe and listen again and start making notes. Once you make notes, you will be able to remember everything. Just revise it. Practice makes men perfect. And if you wish to become perfect, if you wish to pass with flying colors, you will have to do practice. Anyways, now my problem is still continuing. I don't have any series resistances. I don't have any parallel resistances. So what should I do? Now comes next step. You do identify whether is it a balanced or unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. Is it balanced or unbalanced Wheatstone bridge? Now comes the question, how to identify? One method is on multiplication, other method is on division. I have always noticed students are more comfortable in doing multiplication compared to division. So what shall we do? Multiplication of what? Opposite arm resistances. Remember, you have to multiply those resistances having totally different name of N terminals. Give a look. There is a resistance between A and C, 3 ohms. So to multiply other resistance having terminals name other than A and C. वापस सुनिए, एक रेजिस्टेंस ए और सी के बीच में है, तो हमें दूसरा ऐसा रेजिस्टेंस ढूंढना है जो ए से भी कनेक्टेड नहीं होना चाहिए और सी से भी नहीं होना चाहिए कनेक्टेड. उसके नाम अलग ही होने चाहिए, एन टर्मिनल के नाम. सो इन सिंपल वर्ड्स, यू टू मल्टीप्लाई रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ अपोजिट ब्रांचेस. having no common terminal. Can you observe 3 ohms and 6 ohms are in opposite arms? One is between AC, one is between BD. Between AC and BD to multiply, so 3 6 are 18. Now you have to compare it with product of resistance of other two branches. Having different name of end terminals, no terminal should match. That also is 3 into 6. So condition for balanced Wheatstone bridge is, as you can observe, product of resistances of opposite arm should be equal. Luckily in this example, we are having 3 into 6 equals to 3 into 6. Hence, this is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. Hence, the middle branch CD is redundant and we can directly remove it. A question arises. If the values are unequal, then what? Answer. You will have to do something called a star delta transformation, which you will learn in the due course. But for the time being, in our problem, the product has matched. Luckily, answer is equal, answer is same. Hence, the middle branch CD is redundant. Give a look, it disappears now. Okay, middle branch CD has become redundant, disappears. Technically speaking, points C and D are equipotential points. Hence, technically speaking, no current will flow through branch CD. Hence, we have removed that resistance. I again repeat, sometimes technical knowledge you cannot apply in actual problem solving. So sometimes you have to go with shortcuts and tricks which you are learning. Now we have to examine this circuit again. Now look at the circuit here carefully, and you have to again do the same process of identifying series resistances first, then identifying parallel resistances step by step. Right now, network reduction has occurred. If you remember, we started from 7 different resistances. Now we have come to only 4 different resistances. Now I have to identify series resistances. Let me give a look. Don't forget, 2 resistances are said to be in series if middle point has exactly 2 connections and we don't mind middle point disappearing. Point C has exactly 2 resistance connected. Point C has exactly 2 resistance connected, and we don't mind point C vanishing because our aim is to find resistance between A and B. So what shall we do? Simple, just add resistances connected between points A, C and B. Okay, so see, these 2 points, these 2 resistances are getting added. As you can observe, for series resistances, equivalent resistance is obtained by just simple addition. This is your equivalent resistance between points A, C and B. Can you find one more pair of series resistances? Think over, take a pause. Yes, you got it right. Even the resistances connected to the point D are also in series because they've got exactly 2 connections, and we don't mind point D disappearing, just simply add them. So your next circuit now becomes only 2 resistances between A and B. If you remember, we started from 7 resistances, now it has become only 2 resistances. We just carry forward the values. As you observe, we have found 6 and 12. If you notice now, again a point comes here. Are they in series? Are they in parallel? Give a thought again conceptually. If you observe A has exactly 2 connections, if you add those resistances saying that they are in series, what will happen? A will disappear. Then how will you find resistance between A and B? Same discussion lies with B also. In simple words, they cannot be in series. Let's identify, are they in parallel? Both resistances are between same pair of terminals A, B, A, B. They are in parallel. Do you remember how to combine 2 parallel resistances? Product upon addition. So just multiply those values in numerator and add in the denominator. Final answer is 4 ohms. And this concludes your problem. Okay, this concludes your problem as you observe. So in simple words, just practice. We'll come up with more and more problems in further videos. Bye-bye. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice day. All the best.